गं गणपतये नमः। ॐ सरस्वत्यै नमः। ॐ श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। अखण्डमण्डलाकारं व्याप्तं येन चराचरं तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। श्रीचक्रराजनिलयायै श्रीमत्त्रिपुरसुन्दर्यै नमः। ॐ श्रीचक्रराजनिलयायै श्रीमत्त्रिपुरसुन्दर्यै नमः। ॐ श्रीचक्रराजनिलयायै श्रीमत्त्रिपुरसुन्दर्यै नमः। ॐ श्रीचक्रराजनिलयायै श्रीमत्त्रिपुरसुन्दर्यै नमः। ॐ श्रीचक्रराजनिलयायै श्रीमत्त्रिपुरसुन्दर्यै नमः। भूमौ स्खलितपादानां भूमिरेवावलम्बनम् त्वयि जातापराधानां
त्वमेव शरणं शिवे ह्रीङ्कारासनगर्भितानलशिखां सौः क्लीं कलां बिभ्रतीं सौवर्णाम्बरधारिणीं वरसुधाधौतां त्रिनेत्रोज्ज्वलाम् वन्दे पुस्तकपाशमङ्कुशधराम् स्रग्भूषिताम् उज्ज्वला त्वां गौरीं त्रिपुरां परात्परकलां श्रीचक्रसञ्चारिणी आरक्ताभां त्रिनेत्राम् अरुणिमवसनां रत्नताटङ्करम्याम् हस्ताम्भोजैः सपाशाङ्कुश मदनधनुः सायकैर्विस्फुरन्ती आपीनोत्तुङ्गवक्षोरुहकलश लुठत्तारहारोज्ज्वलाङ्गी ध्यायेदम्भोरुहस्थाम् अरुणिमवसनाम् ईश्वरीम् ईश्वराणाम् ॐ ऐं ह्रीं श्रीं ऐं क्लीं सौः ॐ नमस्त्रिपुरसुन्दरी So, in the first 3 avaranas, we really understood how every Jivatma is tied up tightly to the body, the mind, sense perception, and the sense organs, which is running towards the outward, the whole Vishwa. So one is busy experiencing the world which is outside. And now on, we will be seeing how the change happens and goes in the other direction. Even though it is the same body, same mind, same sense perception, same sense organs. And in Saundarya Lahari, Shankaracharya has given Purarateranta. In that mantra, he explains how even Indra, the Lord of all senses, are kept in the outermost Bhupura Avarana. So, no doubt she is Trailokya Mohana Chakraswamini. So, what happens is, once we have crossed the first outermost 3 avaranas, we slowly, gradually understand what is the purpose of a Jivatma to exist with this physical body and mind. How we are tied with that purpose, but it is veiled with ignorance. So we are not definite what the purpose is. From the 4th avarana onwards, we try to experience that. Till now, till all the three avaranas, world is the attraction. We are running towards world with Vishesha Raga. Now, fourth avarana onwards, that Vishesha Raga turns towards Bindu, where Shivashakti are residing. So, Sarva Bije, if we understand the meaning of that Sarva Bije, it is like the bridge. Once we cross the bridge, we will know what is there on the other side. Sarva Bije, that bija for everything, for the whole manifestation is thought. So as long as Jivatma is one with the thought, he is just moving along. He is gliding on that thought. So he is in Advaita Bhava with the thought. Give a thought on it. One is gliding on the thought. But once we come out of that thought, we are aware of the thought. We are aware of the bija, thought. Once I am separate from the thought, once I am aware of the thought, the next thing is I want to act on it. I want to act on the thought. So that is when the duality starts working. Until then, it is totally in Advaita Bhava. So, being Sarva Bije, Devi is putting that bija in every individual as thought. And when we are separate from it, we are experiencing the duality. So, Purarate Rantaha, we are kept at the bay, the outermost Bhupura, for so long. And with the experience of life, with the good satsanga and the swadhyaya, studying the scriptures, understanding, contemplating on it, we get to pass through the second and the third avarana. In the third avarana, Samkshobhana Chakra, we understand how Ananga, who is the Lord of Kama, desire. For that desire, the intensity is pumped up to such an extent that it turns out as love. I love this object. I really want it. Without that, I can't live. So like that, love for that becomes stronger and stronger. And it is that love for it which is ruling us. Now, from fourth avarana onwards, we see how that love changes the whole perception of sadhaka regarding the Vishwa, regarding the life, regarding the self, regarding Ishvara, everything changes. So what we can understand here is, until the third avarana, we are made, or we are prepared, we are created as human animal. Human animal. Or I can say animal in the form of human. As avarana by avarana we go inward towards Bindu, refinement of that human takes place and he becomes human being, refined human being. and then refined divine human being. Then he becomes the spiritual divine being. So this is how Devi is carrying us through, giving us the guidance. Now, I would like to tell you one more thing. In these three avaranas, the physical body and the mind, which has taken shape, form, none of us have seen our own internal organs, but we carry it till the last moment, till it is cremated, isn't it? I have not seen my heart. I have not seen my lungs, how they are. I haven't seen my brain, but I am carrying it inside. And I know I have heart, lungs, and the brain. How come? What is it? There are two things happening. One, I have these three organs. Secondly, I know it is there, but I have not seen it. I'm experiencing it, but I have not seen it. So how do I know it? I have seen many videos of the heart, the lungs, and the brain of someone else. So the heart which I have seen, the lungs I have seen in the video, is only the projected video of a real heart and the real lungs of a person. By looking at the video, I am knowing that same kind of heart is there in me too. Same kind of lungs is there in me too. Got the point? So see how many gaps we are trying to cover. First of all, what I'm seeing as video of the heart or the lungs or the brain is not real. It is only a projected video of a real thing which was there in someone. And I have the real heart, lungs, and the brain, but I have not seen it. I'm only understanding through the video. Because it is there as organ, it is easy for me to conceptualize, visualize how my heart is, how my brain is, how my lungs are. Isn't it? In the same way, Srichakra is much intricate, and it is talking about, it is guiding about the presence of things, qualities, capabilities, which they don't have the organs as such. Physical form is not there. Those things are given form, like the video, it is serving the purpose. Are you understanding where I am arriving at? So Srichakra is the guiding video for us to understand I am that Srichakra. Just like by seeing the video of the heart, I understood that is what I have in me. In the same way, when I see Srichakra, I am understanding that Srichakra is very much myself, my own self. So Srichakra is the video which is projected as Devatas and with the form And it is exactly what I am seeing as Srichakra is what I am. I am the Srichakra with so many intricate qualities, such magnificence. I am carrying those magnificent qualities in me. That is what 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th avaranas are going to teach us, guide us. Only thing is we have to surrender, take it in, contemplate and meditate on that. We realize that I am that Srichakra. I am that Shivashakti in the Bindu who is emitting the 9 triangles which are taking different triangles and the petals of 16 and 8 and giving rise to such wonderful experience of the world, of life, everything. So that is the beauty of Srichakra, and Khadgamala is really helping us to understand what a beautiful being I am. Each one of us, each one of us. Each one of us is that Srichakra carrying that many divine forms within us. That is highlighted in 4th avarana onwards in Khadgamala. I can give you one incident which was told by the person who experienced it very recently. How one can improve oneself, how one can become that Shiva. In Rishikesh, one Swamiji was taking class, and my relative, she was attending those lectures on Upanishads. And it was only a handful of people who were attending the class. And one of them was a sannyasi sadhaka who used to come to the class whenever he wants, argue, show off his knowledge, and go get out of the class whenever he wanted. So the other students told Swamiji, Swamiji, he's so arrogant. Why are you putting up with him? Why don't you discipline him? What he's doing is not correct. So when everyone was complaining, that Swamiji listened to them with deep mind, giving them chance to come up with their thoughts. And then he said, he is also one of the avatars of Shiva, just like all of us. Let him be. How could that Swamiji come up with this answer with such calm, peaceful mind when everyone was boiling with anger? So he was not caught in that. Like this, when we understand what Srichakra is, what Khadgamala is offering us, when we surrender to Srichakra and Khadgamala, we can become the divine spiritual being. So let us get into this. I wanted to give you the idea how a lay person would become start changing in his perception and become totally a different level being. Sarva samkshobhini, sarva vidravini, sarvakarshini, sarvahladini, sarva sammohini, sarvastambhini, sarvajrumbhini, sarvavashankari, sarvaranjani, sarvonmadini, sarvarthasadhike, sarvasampatti purini, sarvamantramai, sarvadvandvakshayankari, sarvasaubhagyadayaka chakraswamini, sampradaya yogini. So in the first avarana also we came across many of these words. Sarva Sankshobhini, Sarva Vidravini, Sarvakarshini, and then Sarva Sammohini, Sarva Vashankari. These are all the common repeated namas. Why? Sarva and Samkshobhini, Sarva Vidravini. These namas are referred in the first avarana where Sankshobhana, Vidravana happens in all individuals. Sarva Samkshobhini, she disturbs, she agitates all the individuals. Sarva Vidravini, she melts, make flow in all individuals. Here in the fourth avarana, Sarva Samkshobhini, within one sadhaka, within one jivatma, she vibrates and she agitates. She gives a new jolt to the individual. So Sarva Sankshobhini is happening here within one individual. Sarva Vidravini is happening within one individual, that is sadhaka, one who is ready to receive the grace of Devi. So did you understand the big difference? In the first avarana, it is on all the jivatmas. Sarva means on all jivatmas, all individuals. In the fourth one, it is Sarva refers to within one sadhaka, within one jivatma. How she disturbs everything what he was until then is samkshobhana, is changed thoroughly. Isn't it beautiful? Using the same nama, how it is different. So I can say from the fourth avarana onwards, when we have surrendered to Devi, after going through the three first avaranas, it is like we getting Punal, like Upanayanam happening, Dvija. We are born, we are being born as a new Jivatma from fourth onwards. Got the point? So, Vishesha Raga is towards Shivashakti who are in Bindu. Now let us see what is this Sarva Samkshobhini. Here she is jolting, giving a big thud, or she's jerking, or she's making it shake to the extent that everything is changed. So she is shaking the Anthakarana itself. deep within. So the operation is going on deep within. Sarva Samkshobhini. Because of that, all the 5 sense perceptions, all the karmendriyas which were moving outward, because they were all attracted by that Sarvakarshini, everything was attractive to the 5 senses. Because of Sarva Samkshobhini in the first avarna. Now, because of this new kind of Samkshobhana, which is happening within, my perception changes. I start seeing, experiencing Shivashakti, 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 Shivashakti. So Shivashakti becomes that Vishesha Raga. Activated consciousness, activated consciousness. That becomes the goal. That becomes my attraction. That becomes my love. When that is the main thing, naturally my way of life, my routine, everything will have a different hue, different raga, and different rhythm, tala. Everything is orienting towards Shivashakti. That surrender to Shivashakti as everything. Shivashakti, it is nothing but Shivashakti. That understanding comes. Samkshobhini. So, one sees the brightness of reality. The brightness of reality, which is Shivashakti. And it also helps us to come out of the worldliness. No more the world will be that colorful. It is there, we will be experiencing, but it is having the hue, it is having the color as Shivashakti. Sarva Samkshobhini. Sarva Vidramini. Goddess who causes the flow, melting and flowing. Everything has to flow. It cannot be static. So she activates Shiva, who is Jada. Because she has activated Shiva, he is flowing his consciousness, because of which the world has taken form. The manifestation has happened. So for the whole world to be, first of all, she made Shiva, Jada, to flow his compassion. And if we understand, every atom is also moving and there is flow. Flow is not just for liquid. Even the thought flows. Only when the thought flows, there is word, and then the sentence, and then the action on that. So the whole thing moves. Compassion, love, unless they all flow, there's no point in having it. It naturally flows. Geet Gaya Patharone. There was one film also. Geet Gaya Patharone. The stone sings. In Ramayana, Ahalya was the stone, but she melted and flowed as Ahalya. In Manasarovara or Ganga, when we are in the water, something happens. That something happens is Samkshobhana. And we start crying. for no reason. It is like cleansing. We cry, 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 not knowing what the reason is. Sarva Vidravana. It is the blessings of Sarva Sanshobhini, Sarva Vidravini that we go through this. A fan can be called fan only when there is movement to the blade. Isn't it? So, one expands because of this flow, and one can go to the extent of becoming the whole universe, Virat Rupi. To that extent, Sarva Vidravini will bless. And because of that, compassion, love, care starts flowing towards the whole Vishwa. Sarva Vidravini. Sarva Karshini. So, being in Jivatma, in the first avarana, Sarva Karshini, all the objects of the five senses are attracted towards oneself so that there is experience of those objects. Here, being within, Devi is giving that akarshana, Shakti to the sadhaka. How? Because sadhaka has surrendered to Devi, Shivashakti, he is totally attracted towards her. In every thought, in every action, in every interaction in the world, everything is attracting him or her as Devi. Japo jalpa shilpam. Whatever we do, even breathing becomes one with Shivashakti. Sarva Karshini. So, when the person is having that attraction towards Devi, one who has attracted the sadhaka, naturally, Devi who is within him is attracting the whole world towards that sadhaka. Did you get it? So, sadhaka who has come to the fourth avarana, surrendering to Shivashakti, gets the power of Devi to attract the whole world, all relationships, all situations, all actions. He is attracting all the projects and the actions, deeds, people towards him. That's because of that Sarva Karshana, Devi is there within him. It is activated. Sarva Hladini. She causes the pleasantness, complete bliss within. Because of that, he becomes the sadhaka, the devotee. He becomes pleasant, filled with bliss. He creates the pleasantness around him. So, Sarva Hladini. Sadhaka is imbibing that quality of Devi. He is emitting that quality later on, because of which he is spreading that ahlada, that pleasantness, happiness. When there is a great guru or realized soul in a room, that person need not open the mouth at all. Just their presence is creating some kind of pleasantness, happiness, all good vibrations, positive vibration in the whole hall. And many of us will not be knowing who that person is. He must be one of the invitees. But there is that effect. Sarva sammohini. Sammohini, she causes fascination. So, Sarva, in all aspects, she causes that fascination. Even as lay person, when we experience that genuine fascination here and there, how happy we feel. And for many months and years, we keep remembering and recollecting, reliving that fascination. Isn't it? If the whole life is filled with that fascination because of the blessing of this Sarva Samohini, how will be the life? Every moment will be with fascination. Every moment will be new. Navajata, atva nitya nutana. Like that it goes. Isn't it? So, this Sarva Samkshobhini, Sarva Vidravini, and Sarvakarshini, Sarvahladini, they are all impacting us to a very large extent. There is one song, Bhavagite in Kannada, which describes Nillisadiru Vanamali Kolalaganava. Nilliseni Kalevudento Bhavabhitiya Kleshava. Oh Muralidhara, keep playing the flute. If you stop the flute, how can we get rid of the klesha and also the fear of this bhava? Neeru nintu kolayuvante namagahudo nuru chinte. When the water stagnates, it starts emitting bad smell. It gets rotten. In the same way, when you stop your flute, we start getting so many chinte. Chinte means the worry, doubts, confusion. So it rots like the stagnant water. Kolalu luhina nereyu nuggi. When the music which is coming from your flute, when it flows with so much of gush, Jiva hariyalentha suggi, and the Jiva will start flowing with so much of happiness. Bhavada maye adaguvante, ahankara karaguvante. So, Ninna ganadanu ragavu, vaduka tumbalanu ganavu. So, Bhavada maye adaguvante, taking away the illusion, ahankara will start melting away because of your flute, because of the flow of music of your flute. All these things are possible in every one of us. Only thing is we have to surrender to that Supreme so that it starts making the music through us. When we are in front of Krishna, we know we are the flute. When we are in front of Devi Shivashakti, we are the veena in her hands. Surrender, surrender. Just be in the lap. She will play the music. And Sarvasthambini, when we are surrendering to Devi, she fascinates us with her motherly love, Sri Mata. Because of that, next level, what happens? What is the next intensity which she shows on us? Is Sarvasthambini. She causes all cessation, stupefaction. We become numb and there is pause, silence in everything. When we are fascinated, in love with Devi to such an extent, everything just numbs. Till then, stotra, mantra, japa, puja, everything will be going on and on and on and on. But once we surrender and experience Devi, she just seizes the whole thing. Everything starts and the silence is there. No word comes out. No more plucking the flowers of the neighbors and doing the puja. Even that stops. Sarvasthambini. The duality also just ceases. There won't be duality. Just Devi, Devi, Shivashakti. Sarva Vashankari. And certainly Sarva Vashankari. She takes the whole control of the being. That means we are totally under her care, under her protection, and we are not doing anything through ankara or doership. We know, we experience that it is Shakti who is doing everything through me. So the concept of our belief of the will, choosing, which normally we say it is only the human being who has that power to choose what he wants to. Even that becomes questionable when we experience this. Sarvaranjani, she causes all enjoyment. She takes care of sadhaka in such a way that whatever he does, whatever he thinks, will be entertaining him in a very beautiful way. In a very beautiful way. So whatever he does, he will be enjoying what he does. Whatever he thinks, his thought, action, his interaction in the world, everything will become so beautiful. Ranjani. It is entertaining. Ranjana means to entertain. So when the whole being is entertained by that Sarvaranjani Devi, he will be emitting the same quality to the whole world. So whatever he talks, whatever movement he does with his hands or legs, face, everything becomes wow, wow. Sarvaranjani. So because of this Sarvaranjani, It gives the creative power as well. The words would be so poetic. His speech would be so poetic. It hits the heart and stays in the heart, and it will work on the whole being who is listening to his words with such creativity. That also comes because of this Sarvaranjani. Sarvon Madini. She causes the intense intoxication. If one is intoxicated through any external intake, that intoxication will not be for a very long time. Whereas this intoxication of love for Devi, Shivashakti, is very stable, and it is ever increasing, and it is eternal also. So, because of that never ending intoxication, whatever he does, he will be doing it with joy. So he will never feel tired. Even without sleep, without food, without water, one is able to keep working. But the energy is increasing, but he will never get tired. That is the presence of Sarvonmadini, Unmadini, Sarvonmadini. She's the one who intoxicates. Isn't it? Even we would have felt when we do any action passionately, even if it is causing so much of physical pain or burden or mental worry, it never seemed like pain or worry. We will be just carrying on. Let me go further. It's okay, even if there is wrong. Let me do, let me find out. That passion keeps us moving forward. If that passion is not there, any work, any action will be like punishment, imposition. So we become dead tired at the earliest. So the best intoxication is Devi. She increases the energy as well. Sarvartha sadike. She causes attainment of all purposes, all goals. Sarvartha sadike. So we have the Purusharthas, Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. There is goal. For that, I need the means, Artha. That she provides. Because she knows it is her responsibility. When the devotee or the sadhaka has totally surrendered to her, naturally being Sri Mata, Sri Maharagni, she takes that responsibility and provides Sarvartha, all purposes being fulfilled. She also gives the jnana, how to fulfill it. She guides and make us achieve it. So in sadhaka or the upasaka, bhakta, everyone is in different level of spiritual upliftment. And also in life, we are all in different stages. According to the level or the stage of life, she keeps providing what is necessary and what is needed for him to achieve his goal. That she provides. Sarvartha sadhike. Sarva sampatti purani. Sarva sampatti purani. So, she bestows all types of riches, all types of wealth. As I said, the wealth vary from person to person, stage of life to another stage of life. Accordingly, she gives it. It is not just the material wealth. Jnana, knowledge, or the physical health, or the energy, or the help which he needs. So, different kinds. Among all wealth, the knowledge of I am that Shivashakti. She is very much within me. I am one with Shivashakti. I am that Shivashakti. That jnana, that experience is Sarva Sampat. Once we have that, we know all other things are very much part of us. We are having it. So Sarva Sampatti Purani. She accomplishes that. Shivashakti. So because of this Sarva Sampat, the mind becomes very peaceful. Because of that peaceful mind, one can win the whole Samrajya, isn't it? The peaceful mind is the one which wins over the whole manifestation. That is the key that she gives. Sarva Sampatti Purani. Sarva Mantramayi. Sarva Mantramayi. Shivashakti, activated consciousness, is the source, the body of all mantras. Of all mantras. That is why Devi herself is called Mantramayi. Sarva Mantramayi. She is there in all mantras. Mantra is what? That which transports us to the higher realm. So when she is Sarva Mantramayi, she transcends all the things which are around. The whole manifestation, each and every object can become mantra for me to transcend. How? When I have devoted myself to Devi, Shivashakti, the mind is seeing every object as Shivashakti, Shivashakti, Shivashakti. So the minute I see something, it is acting as mantra. It is at once making me become one with Shivashakti. So Sarva Mantramayi, even in that aspect, she is there everywhere as Mantramayi. She is in every Bijakshara. Not only that, she has the capacity to make the sadhaka see every object as mantra. She can take us to that level. Sarva Dvandva Kshayankari. Treating everything as my own self. So, Sarva Dvandva Kshayankari. She destroys, melts away Dvandva, that duality or confusion or doubt, because of which one goes through the turmoil of samsara. Dvandva. Dva means two or a pair, couple, dva. One who is caught in the pair is dvandva. That means I'm having the doubt, confusion. Is this right or is that right? Should I do this or should I not do that? Is this good for me or is this bad for me? So when I'm caught in this, I'm nurturing both vidya and avidya, isn't it? Among them, only one is truth, one is real, one is correct. Another thing is wrong and unreal. But if I am in confusion, dvandva, my whole life, without clarity, filled with confusion, filled with dvandvas, I am nurturing both vidya and avidya in this world. Devi as Sarva Dvandva Kshayankari, she makes me go up beyond Dvandva and see with clarity and come to one conclusion. Iramitham, it is like this. This is what is the truth, that clarity she gives, because of which one can go up in his sadhana with so much of clarity. That is why Dakshinamurti's Moola Mantra, Medham Prajnam Prayacha Swaha, Medha and Prajna, that clarity in thought, clarity in action, clarity in conviction, that clarity, Shuddha, it is very much needed. That jnana, Shuddha jnana, itself gives such bliss without any doubt. That she gives by taking away or destroying dvandva, duality. And once we have this beyond dvandva experience, we start giving up the attachment to dvandva. I like this. No, I don't like this at all. That will be gone. I see both as equal and both are fine for me. I am beyond. No choosing. I am into everything. How do we treat these 5 fingers? They are in different shapes and different sizes. Because I know the quality and the benefit of each finger, its capabilities. I know all the 5 are useful. And I pay equal attention, equal care for all the 5 fingers, isn't it? So in the same way, the whole manifestation is with some purpose, there is some contribution towards the whole universe. I understand that. Because of which I start respecting, caring, showing reverence to each and every object of the world. every relationship in the world. That is the benefit of getting the grace of Sarvadvandva Kshayankari. Sarva Saubhagyadayaka Chakra Swamini. Sarva Saubhagya. What is that Saubhagya? We say, I am very happy, it is my pleasure, I am so fortunate to invite you to my house. I am very fortunate to have this occasion, to be part of this occasion. I am so fortunate. Don't we use that? It is my privilege. What is that? Saubhagya. Saubhagya is not the material wealth. No. Saubhagya is that fortune or the luck or the punya which is showing as the incident or experience. Saubhagya. Everyone needs Saubhagya. One has to be fortunate to have something which is not there in others. It can be a relationship, or it can be an opportunity to serve, opportunity to invite, opportunity to visit a place. These are all Saubhagya. It is my Saubhagya for being able to go to that Punya Tirtha. It is my Saubhagya to be able to be in the place where a great satsanga is happening. It is that Saubhagya. It is beyond. So this chakra is conferring all this Saubhagya, which we studied till now. It is not just the material wealth or anything. And it is this Saubhagya which is giving us the creative power, which is very much part of our existence in this world as Jivatmas. Sampradaya Yogini. Sampradaya. Samyak Prada. One which is given with good intention, in good way, is called Sampradaya. So, the goodness is handed over from generation to generation to generation. To keep up that Saubhagya, the traditions and the customs are followed, where the goodness is handed over. For that, it is this Sampradaya Yogini which helps. And the next one is fifth enclosure, which is Sarvartha Sadhaka Chakra. We studied about the Saubhagya. The Saubhagya is one thing. Sarvartha, Artha here means actually making that fulfilled. To fulfill that Saubhagya, what are all needed is given in this chakra. How is it possible? Because the sadhaka or the upasaka has surrendered totally to Devi. She sees that he gets all the artha, the means to accomplish all deeds. Here it is not dharma, artha, kama, moksha, the purusharthas. That is the lay person, which we would have asked in the first 3 avaranas. Having devoted to Devi, having made Devi as the center, focal point of our life, the order changes. Moksha. No more I'm having that kind of attachment, greed towards the worldly objects around me. I don't have. Because everywhere I'm seeing just Shivashakti, Shivashakti. And I'm leading the life which is peaceful, blissful, and pleasant. It is filled with so much of fascination. I have been blessed. Saubhagya. I have already got that. Now, no more I am bound. I am free. Moksha. From that, karma comes. I desire to do so many things for the good of the whole world. I'm happy to do it. I want to do this for them. That type of karma. For that artha, we need the means to achieve it. So, that artha is also given in this sarvartha sadhaka. Because of that, in the next, we will be establishing the dharma. That righteous way of leading the society, nation, family, and the self will be taken care. Dharma. That is taken care in this 5th avarana, Sarvartha Sadhaka Chakra, which have 10 Devatas. Sarva Siddhi Prade. So she gives the achievement. She is the giver of all achievements and also attainment. Like Hanuman, because he had so many kinds of different kinds of siddhis and nidhi with him, he was able to achieve the goal of Sitanveshana. He was given that. It is needed. So Devi gives that Sarva Siddhi Prade. For whatever we want to achieve as Shivashakti, because I have become so one with Shivashakti, whatever I want to do is for sure going to help the whole world. Because of that, she gives the siddhis which are needed, which is making us achieve the goal. She gives the directions or the guidance which reveals from within to the sadhaka, because she is very much there within, and it is she who is emitting this capacity as Sarva Siddhi Prade. So she takes care of that. Sarva Sampat Prade Bhavani Tvam Dase Mai. Saundarya Lahari. So she's the one who bestows all sampat, all kinds of wealth which is needed to achieve the purpose of life, which is for the benefit of the whole universe. That is the purpose. It will be achieved. And then Sarva Priyankari. She gives the pleasantness. Sarva Priyankari. She, as Priyankari, is sitting in the sadhaka, and because he has surrendered totally to Devi, she is blessing him with that capacity to be the pleasant person to the whole world. So he's emitting that pleasantness through his own presence, through his speech, through his actions, through his interaction. That is possible because of this Sarva Priyankari, pleasantness. It is very much needed to be part of the society. When we want to do something good to the society, naturally we have to have that pleasantness so that everyone will come and join the whole project. And it will be done with such joy, passion, that everyone will be enjoying their contribution to the whole project. Isn't it? So, Sarva Priyankari is very much needed for a Jivatma to survive in society. Sarva Mangala Karini. She is the one who is doing all Mangala Karya through sadhakas like Hanuman. He becomes Mangala Murti Rupa. His Rupa itself is Mangala. Like that, Shivashakti makes her Bhakta, Upasaka or Sadhaka Mangala Murti. Whatever they put their hand, it becomes Mangalakara. We do say he has a golden thumb, green thumb. He's too lucky. Whatever he puts his hand into, it becomes a success. No failure at all in his hands. How come? What is it? We do wonder, looking at some people. That is because of Sarva Mangala Karini. Her blessing is there on that person, on that sadhaka. So he achieves in everything that auspiciousness. Sarva Kama Prade. She fulfills all desires in the person who has surrendered to Amba, isn't it? Or to Devi, Shivashakti. It is but natural. When he has surrendered totally, he doesn't have his false I or his own ego. It is not there. His identity is lost in Shivashakti, and he has become that Shivashakti. So naturally, the quality of Shivashakti is emitting through that sadhaka. So, Kama Prade, naturally, all his desires will be fulfilled. And the trick also is that she gives the knowledge to the sadhaka to desire what is needed, what is possible. There ends his karma. There's nothing more beyond that. So naturally, all his desires will be fulfilled when his karma is so limited and small, and it is oriented towards the whole community, for others. Sarva Dukkha Vimochini. And she eliminates all misery from him. That's also natural. Because the whole perception changes. That everything is nothing but activated consciousness. It is the play of Shivashakti. With this mind, he will not have any worry or confusion. So the mind is very clean. When the mind is clean, naturally the body will also imbibe that purity and it is emitting the positive energy, and only positive actions are taking place through him. All Mangalakara actions are taking place through him, because of which naturally that dukkha will not be there. Sarva mrityu prashamani. She takes care of even the mrityu. How? By giving him the knowledge that whatever mrityu belongs to only this martya loka, it is only this world where we see the death. Death of what? The death of the body, which belongs to this world. Even the kala also belongs to this world. Mrityu is only felt like a pause or a gap or change in the form. So that knowledge she gives, because of which the sadhaka takes everything in the right way and makes his life more purposeful to serve the whole community or the world, by which he is not going through the turmoil of facing the death. Death is there only for ignorant people who go through the death of the intelligence, the death of the status, the death of the wealth, the death of the body, the death of the relatives. Death, 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 mrityu, mrityu, mrityu is faced by only the ignorant people. When a person comes to know that I am the activated consciousness, Shivashakti, I am the one who is emitting the 43 triangles, the petals, and the bhupura through the mind, in the mind, to the mind. When we have that knowledge, all other things come and go. It is only a pause. It is only a change in the form. So he will not feel the mrityu. So this is a very deep blessing which Devi is giving to understand who I am and what this Martya Loka is, what this physical world is, why I am having this physical body. That clarity in understanding gives us Mrityu Prashamani. Prashamani means she absorbs the misery which causes the facing the death, the fear of death. That she takes away. She makes it cool down. Calming, tranquilizing, pacifying, all these things happen. Mrityu Prashamani. No more we are attached to Mrityu or disturbed by Mrityu. Sarva Vigna Nivarini. So she eliminates all obstacles to a sadhaka. Sarva Vigna Nivarini. She takes away all those obstacles. How? Again, by giving the clarity in his actions, clarity in planning, clarity in understanding what the situation is or what the capacity is. When there is clarity in how to handle everything. Where will be the obstacle? So, Sarva Vigna Nivarini, when we are able to surrender totally to that Devi, she takes care of it. And that Vigna Nivarini, she can do it in many different ways. Through some people, she can take away that obstacle. Or she comes in some other form and takes away that obstacle. Or she gives the guidance to the sadhaka to take some other action. So when he's doing that action, he realizes that, good, I didn't do this. So in so many ways, she comes and helps us. I have experienced this. Devi, in the form of Vak Devi, she has helped me in 2 or 3 incidents. Like in the Viva of my masters, Sanskrit masters, when I did that, in that Viva, I could literally see that it is she who helped me. Because I am not at all a Vyakarana person, being into Alankara Shastra. But she made the examiner to ask questions in such a way that it was easy for me to come up with my own answer, to navigate him to ask me the questions in such a way that I know the answer. I never knew that I have that capacity, or it was not possible being a student. But it happened like that. Because I was very, very clear about what I want to study further for my PhD. So when that clarity is there, Devi takes care of all the obstacles. If I had failed in Vyakarana, I couldn't have done my PhD in the very next year, isn't it? But she made me give the right answer for the Vyakarana, even though I was so frightened about it. And I got first class in Vyakarana, which is, even to this day, I won't believe it is me. It is Vagdevi, taking away the obstacle. There are many other incidents where I can say it, and all of you would have gone through in your own life how she takes away the obstacles. Only thing is, we should know how to surrender ourselves to that Supreme, Shivashakti. Sarvanga Sundari, one who is Sarvanga Sundari. She is beautiful in all the angas, in all the limbs, all parts of her own self. She is Mahatripura Sundari. She, being in the sadhaka who has surrendered totally to Devi, she makes him emit the same beauty throughout in his physical body, mental body, and even Karana Sharira, the very thought as the body will also be beautiful. She makes him come up with the thoughts which are beautiful. Nothing else but beautiful thoughts, auspicious thoughts. That thought which will help the whole manifestation. So from there itself, she starts working on the beauty of that sadhaka. So naturally, Sarvanga Sundari, sadhaka is emitting that beauty through him also, through her also. Sarva Saubhagyadaini. Again, she is the one who gives Sarva Saubhagya, all goodness, all fortune, all good opportunities to this sadhaka. Sarvartha sadhaka chakra swamini. So she is the one who bestows all sarvartha, all means for him to achieve. Because all sadhakas and the bhaktas and upasakas will become the living assistants of Shivashakti to take care of this whole universe, Vishwa. So naturally, Sarvartha Sadhaka Chakra Swamini, she takes care of the sadhaka. See how slowly we become part and parcel of that Shivashakti who is in the Bindu. Still we have to go 3 more. Yet she's already showing her presence in the Jivatmas, sadhakas. Kulottirna Yogini. This Yogini has already graduated from all classifications. She doesn't belong or she is not constricted by any of the classification. She is beyond. So she is able to help the sadhaka in achieving. She's like the bridge in achieving material as well as spiritual artha which is needed to help the whole universe, we can say. Kulottirna. So because she is beyond, Kulottirna, she is making an attempt to work on the very inner core of the sadhaka, because of which he can expand and get into different dimension of existence. So the Sarvartha Sadhaka Chakra Swamini and Kulottirna Yogini both are of very good combination. So they do take care of both Jnanendriya and Karmendriya, how it can work towards making the whole universe as their own self by expanding, and thus gradually that duality, I am different from the universe, will go off in Advaita Bhava as Virat Rupi. The sadhaka starts expanding his mind and he feels one with not only the human beings but with all plants, animals, all objects. And he starts expanding and starts reflecting himself, all qualities of Devi in the form of different Devatas of different triangles, which we are going through. So slowly we do see how from avarana to avarana, how we move. Now the 6th Devi's avarana is Sarvarakshakara Chakra. We got the yoga. Yoga means the oneness, union with all the Saubhagya and the Artha. Isn't it? Saubhagya Chakra Swamini, Sarva Saubhagya Chakra Swamini, Sarvartha Sadhaka Chakra Swamini. So when we have this yoga, we have all these things. Next comes how to keep it, protect it. Sthiti, kshema, yoga kshema, isn't it? Just being one with it is not enough. We have to retain it. For that, the next 6th avarana helps. And Sarva Rakshakara Chakra, which has 10 triangles in them, and she protects all the needed things in a sadhaka to proceed further towards Bindu. Sarvagni, Sarvashakti, Sarvaishwarya Pradayini, Sarvajnanamayi, Sarvavyadhi Vinashini, Sarvadhara Swarupe, Sarva Papahare, Sarvanandamayi, Sarva Raksha Swarupini, Sarve Sita Phalaprade, Sarva Rakshakara Chakra Swamini, Nigarbha Yogini. So this is the 6th chakra. Okay, maybe I will explain this in the next class. And I would like to say that next Monday, for some reason, I won't be able to take the class on Monday, but it will be preponed to Sunday evening at 7 o'clock. So it will be on 8th Sunday evening at 7 o'clock. I will be seeing you all. And that would be the last class for Khadgamala Stotra. And it happens to be Mother's Day. So all the more, it is beautiful. Om Shivashakti, Shivashakti, Shivashakti Om. Shivashakti, Shivashakti, Shivashakti Om. Shivashakti, Shivashakti, Shivashakti Om. Shivashakti, Shivashakti, Shivashakti Om. Shivashakti, Shivashakti, Shivashakti Om.